Hey, this is Mike Gross from LNP. We're at Lancaster Country Club, and we're with Alli Weaver, who is a very good amateur golfer who actually works here at Lancaster Country Club and has played the course a lot of times, notably last summer in the Women's Western Amateur. And we're going to get a little bit of a sense of how a good player goes about some of the challenges of Lancaster Country Club. And this is a good example of that. This is the second hole, par 4. You can see how the fairway slopes from right to left. It's an interesting tee shot. So, Alli, what are you thinking on this tee, and what are your options?
Really the best option for me with my draw would be to aim right side of the fairway. With the slope of the fairway, it usually rolls to middle, or it'll stay up on that flat part up on the right. And even if your ball does roll to the left, you can get a pretty good angle into the pin as well.
So you hit it, you normally hit the ball from right to left. A lot of people hit a fade left to right, so that's a much different challenge. But you're saying you're okay down there on the, if you do get on the left, in the left rough, but it might be a little bit of a different deal with the rough in the US Open, right?
Right.
Okay. All right. You can talk about it. Now let's see you do it. This is the par 5 7th at Lancaster Country Club, and this is where we think that the lady pros are going to have a lot of interesting options. There's a couple different tees here. In some cases, the one tee would be advantageous to hit a fade, and the other one not so much. But the thing that's going to happen is they're going to get out in this area where we're about 200 yards to clear the brick that you might see out or in the distance, which right on the other side of that is the creek. And this is a risk-reward par 5 where maybe some of the golfers are going to be able to go for the green in 2, and they'll have the decision between that and laying up. So, Alli, what's your thought process, and what would you do from about this spot on the golf course?
Well, from about here, it all depends on the wind. I would try and go for it. If it's a heavy wind in my face and I know I have to hit a 3-wood into a green that has bunkers behind it, you know, if you miss-hit it, you could be in the creek. I probably would lay up. A day like today, there's not too much wind, I would go for it.
If you go for it, you're going to be hitting a 3-wood or a hybrid or something like that, whereas otherwise you'll hit just a mid-iron out there and then a wedge. So let's do both of those things. Okay. and see what happens. Okay, here we are. This was Alli's layup with a 5-iron, right?
Right.
To right here, which, as you can see, it's sort of maybe an aggressive layup. Some pros would maybe go out there and hit a 90-yard shot. So what's your thinking on this?
With an iron, I tend to be a lot more aggressive laying up just because I feel a lot more confident with it. If I'm back a little farther, I'll hit a hybrid, put it out here. But if I can put an iron in my hand, I'll definitely get a little closer.
So Michelle Wee maybe is going to hit a 280-yard drive, and if she doesn't feel it's a go, she'll hit an 8-iron or something like that and get out here and hit a full wedge. But this is not bad. This is in 2 and a par 5, so not bad at all. So we're going to let Alli play up into the green. Here we are on the par 4 16th at Lancaster Country Club. This is maybe a little bit shorter par 4, and there's some decisions that a golfer can make on this tee, and to some extent it will depend on where the tees are placed during the tournament, which I think there's going to be a variety of, and maybe some of the real long hitters on the ladies tour from the front tee, if they stick it up there one of those days, will maybe even try to drive this green. Alli, I don't think is going to be driving the green, but what's your thinking on this hole,
Alli? For me, it depends on the wind again. Today the wind's into us. I'm going to hit a driver. To me, the best place to be is in between the bunkers as far as you can go, just because you have that clean shot into the green. You're not looking at the bunkers, you know, it doesn't give you that feeling of, if I leave it short, will I be in a bunker?